Welcome all to a summary for our Age of Behemoth, a fantasy Ultima campaign. We opened up exiting the dungeon. The crew collected what they could find, honey knew nowhere to be seen. The child Luke picked up and returned to Vela. The group made their way to Vela to rest up, work on some projects, and recollect supplies before deciding where to go next. They decided they would make their way to Storm's Grove. They wouldn't make it for the beginning of the festival, but at least they would get some progress. This was after the discussion going into the second dungeon, which the group seemed to not be quite ready for. Making their way to Storm Grove, en route they found a group of druids doing a ritual. Rowan offered to help and did assist, while Mercy found a number of the creatures of the forest coming out, excited as she began to feed one of them. The druids warned that these creatures became dangerous in the summer and not to get too attached to them. Overall, the group was concerned with these creatures, eventually avoiding them except for one that was brought under a ritual to be adopted. Mercy kept this one as they sleep. Waking up the next day on the first day of summer, the little creature had grown into a larger humanoid-like creature, savagely ripping at the group as it woke. The group managed to calm it down and make it go into a docile state, though many aren't sure how other than the music of Alexander. And with that, I almost forgot the cheese wheel. People had dreams of rats and thought a cheese wheel would help. They continued their way into Storm's Grove, the festival on their way, a celebration, looking at some of the booths, going to meet with people. Rowan got lost along the way, entering a building which showed something not right. This lasted for a short period before he escaped this weird art gallery, but found Raphael and learned of Duke. Duke apparently was someone who used to live in the village, a artist of sorts, who used to live somewhere. Apparently his house burned down. Going to the blacksmith paw, he got the rest of the story of this insane artist who the townsfolk were worried were kidnapping people and taking them away, so they burned down his building, destroying him in the process. This concerned Rowan, and as the evening progressed he ran into some druids, wondering about the guardian who matched the image that he had seen in the past, drawn out of the ruins that mark his body. The druids mentioned some things about the ruin being of the void or the leviathans, and they were concerned and warned that summoning the guardian of the city could be dangerous for him, but they went with him anyways. Meanwhile, Alexander had run into a fan who was very excited to learn about where he was going, what he's been up to since Liz, and what happened. He explained to her that he was going on a journey, exploring and working on his art. She followed him most of the day. He was able to get away later for some time, but not before she convinced him to sign up for the music festival to sing. Meanwhile, Mercy, with her new pet, caused some concern to the locals. They knew what this was and was very confused why it wasn't attacking people, but even more confused why this woman was carrying it around through the village. Many tried politely to explain to her how dangerous it was, including a druid, before it was placed atop the riding mech, and she went about her day, finding Alexander, going to the blacksmith, getting a flame sword, and sticking with him until the festival. When the festival hit, Alexander took the stage, singing away as Mercy got her new pet off the mech that Alexander used for a stage and hid behind the statue. It began to rain, which is an oddity as the druid's ritual was to prevent bad weather from coming. And Mercy was able to hear snarling from in the crowd, but did not look. It wasn't until the flashing lightning and the water pouring down that the fan's true nature was revealed. Meanwhile, out in the forest, Rowan stood before the ritual as a flame lion with molten skin began to emerge, summoned, and with a howling bellow, the druids began to pass out one by one from the extent of the ritual. And with that, that's the summary, all. Hope you're all having a great week, and I will see you in 4 weeks due to the session missed on May 4th? 2nd? May 4th. There is no session. So I wish you all the best, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.